Okay, oops. It's November, it's not October. Okay, so welcome to the November Faculty Forum. We're going to be talking about Hyflex today and all the different ways that folks on campus are making use of the technology in our classroom. I'm super excited that you all could be here today and join us. And Rudy, I'm going to have you go ahead and kick us off.
All right. So mine's going to be pretty quick and short. I'm going to share my screen if that's okay with everybody. And oops, sorry, let me go in here. Okay. So I guess my story starts when I saw the first Hyperflex cameras on the classroom. I got really excited because I normally do my lecture video. I normally lecture and pre-record my lecture videos. But what this will allow us to do is that, let me make sure I found the right one, is that this allows me to be able to record my in-class lectures and then be able to post them on my course. So I'm going to bring up, this is normally how it looks like. And let me just, and what I do is normally, let me skip a little forward. I haven't edited this video, but normally what you can see me lecturing over here at the same time I'm sharing the screen with the students so they can see what we're going over in class. In this situation, I kind of messed up because I started writing on the board and I forgot the students online cannot see. So one thing I do advise is that when you're doing this, kind of like what I started doing now, is that I started doing all the assignments through Excel. So the students online can also see what is going on. So when I type in the numbers, they're able to follow along. I'm gonna lower my voice because it's one of those things I don't like to listen to myself. But as you can see, it gives them a really nice feature where they're not just looking at us, they're not just looking at the screen or they're not just looking at, one side of us, but they can actually see us interact in class. They can see us move around. And the nice thing is that the camera follows us along. And then all I do from here is that I use iMovies. And when I use iMovies, I just drop it in there and then I start editing my video. This isn't one, but this is my old videos. You can see the difference here. I'm just kind of talking to the board, to the screen. Well, here, there's actually more interaction. I mean, going back and forth. And that's kind of anything else you'd like me to mention, Alex, or anything else you want me to go over?
Yeah, can you just explain how you have the screen share and the video at the same
Yeah,
time?
yeah. So what I do is I use Zoom. So the first thing I do is when I go to class, that's why it was kind of weird right here. But what I do is when I go to class, I'll go set it up. I usually go 10 minutes before class and I'll share via Zoom. As you can see, the app is down here. And what I'll do is I'll do a screen recording. So I'll go to QuickTime Player. So in another room, usually in my office, I'll go and set up my computer. And when I have my computer set up, I'll bring up Zoom, almost like I'm a student watching my Zoom lecture, and then I'll do a screen share. I'll do a screen recording. And when I'm over here, when I go back over here, I do a screen share, just like I'm doing right now. So I set up the screen share, and then in my laptop, it is screen recording everything that is going on.
Nice. That's awesome. And so students are able to see then what's on your screen, both in person and then later for the recorded version.
Yeah, and that was the biggest thing because if you just do the without doing the screen share, anything that you have in the projector, when you move back and forth, for instance, when I move back and forth, students won't be able to see it. Also, because every time I have to go back and I have to type in the computer, the the camera follows the instructor, so then it takes away the view from the board. And that's why this allows us to give the students online access and a clear, actually a very nice view of what is going on. At the same time, follow the instructor as I write on the board back and forth.
That's awesome. And so how do you use these videos after you've recorded them?
After I record the video, the main thing I do is I grab the video and I'll go over here and I'll set up, for instance, I haven't done it for this one, but I'll go and I'll set up a new project. I'll call that one my movie. And I'll set up, as you can see, I have different ones that I've done for different things, but I'll just set up a new project on iMovies and I'll go in there and I'll drop this recording video. And then from there, I can just start editing my video and start editing the student comments out and putting like an intro and just focusing on the lecture itself. Once I have the entire video edited, because editing takes a lot of data, then I'll compress the videos on iMovies. I'll download the videos and upload it to YouTube. Download it as a file and then upload it to YouTube, and then I'll delete it from my computer. Because if I don't delete it after doing 4 or 5 videos, my computer runs out of memory, and then everything slows down. So I always that's one of the reasons why I use YouTube, is because it allows me to almost save all my videos on the cloud.
Awesome. And how have you noticed students using these videos?
Well, I usually for my online classes, I personally think that they're. I mean, I gotten a lot of great feedback from students, because instead of them just reading the book, they also get to see the lecture videos. They see how we are able to apply some of the concepts in class. For my in-person class, the biggest benefit is whenever students miss class, I don't have to worry about letting them, getting them caught up with the material. They automatically know that they can go in there and they can follow or get caught up by themselves by watching the lecture videos.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. I think one of the things I really love about this example is that you're making use of the technology in the classroom, not necessarily to have, students zoom in, but to help you be able to record and share the lectures. And that's one of the great pieces of Hyflex. So thank you so much for sharing how you're using the technology. Does anybody have any questions for Rudy?
Rudy, is your class assigned as a Hyflex course, or is it a traditional face-to-face course that
My,
you?
mine is the traditional face-to-face course. And then what I do. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to make sure that I edit out the student comments. I do let the students know before that I am recording the class session. But to be honest, most students have said, at least the feedback I got in, is they didn't even notice it was being recorded. And I think that's the beauty of it, because my instruction doesn't change. I don't have to stay in a certain area because the camera only moves. No, I can move around the entire classroom. So that's nice.
Right, right. Awesome. Okay. Rudy, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.